Yo, what up, though? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another banger, because you already know when you come to this channel, it's nothing but bangers. Now, this is a review channel, so I like to review anything that's worth the review in a sense, versus just or only sneakers. Sneakers are great because we need fresh sneakers. See, I just did the coat. I haven't done any clothes yet, but that's gonna come soon too. So be on the lookout for some clothes and all that good stuff, more coats, just a variety, but mainly for sure shoes, fly gear. I just want to make sure we all can just be fresh. We can be fresh, take our women out on nice dates, looking good, you know what I'm saying, buying stuff for them so they can look good, all that kind of good stuff. We ain't even gotta go break the bank, do none of that. None of that. Unless you want to get some good trimmers. Now that's why we here today. So I upgraded the Andis. Let's see here. Give me one moment. All right, so yeah, I upgraded the Andis. Now you know by no means am I a barber. I'm like far from a barber. Like I wouldn't really cut nobody else hair. I practice on my own because if I mess my own hair up, which I'm going to show you, I don't really. It's not a big deal because it will grow back eventually. But I can't just mess with somebody else hair. Had them feeling good walking away from me. So I don't cut nobody else hair, and I'm not trying to be no barber. I do my hair because the damn haircuts cost so much, and I want to get basically this right here cut, and maybe the back a little trimmed up. That'd be about $40. No, I myself. So we all started with the Andis, of course. Everybody, for the most part, had a pair of these. They don't really cost that much, like 50, $60, but they the truth though. You know what I'm saying? You get that guard right, they the truth for sure. So I done had these for a long time myself though. And I'm like, you know what, man, let's try something different. Try something without this cable. Cause the cable would just be, you gotta finesse the cable and all that kind of stuff. Then your arm wrap. I'm like, let's just try something different though. I know when I was trying stuff back then, wireless wasn't really the way to go. The motor wasn't really the same wireless versus plug. So I ended up didn't go the wireless route back then. But I think, 2025, 26 in a sense, should be in a better shape. So my cousin was basically he almost a barber, but he was telling me to go ahead and get the gold Babyliss joints. So I started reviewing the trimmers and all that kind of good stuff. And Babyliss was the brand that I came upon that I actually wanted, but I didn't do a lot of research because then I started seeing videos of other brands that was like top of the baby list, all that kind of good stuff. That was number one. I'm not a clipper guy, trimmer guy, barber, or into none of those name brands. I just somebody suggested, I seen, did research on that brand and got the one I wanted out of all the ones I've seen from that brand. I didn't want the gold ones. They was cool, but I didn't really like the little circle handle thing. Or that might not have been the reason I got it. I don't even know why I didn't get it, but I ended up getting these right here. Babyliss Pro. What is this? The Tomb 45s. So Babyliss Pro times Tomb 45. So that's like the collaboration. I don't got the box through the box wax. Like I said, I didn't know if I was gonna do a review or not though. But they are brand new. I just got them a couple days ago. Line myself up when I first got them to see how they work. Out the box, I don't recall if they were sharp or not because I'm so used to these. So out the box with these, for the most part, you're gonna have to adjust these. And these definitely a little bit harder to adjust versus these was kind of easy. I haven't tried the trick with these though to take this off and then use my uh this little adjuster tool to help. So I tried to cut them out the box, and like I said, I don't know if they were sharp or not. So my ass, not a barber, not knowing anything about clippers, let me just try to adjust them and see if I can get them at zero gap, then whatever the case may be. Yeah, probably adjusted them wrong because I really didn't research how to adjust it properly the first time. I was just going on what I thought it should be or how it should work or whatever the case, and probably had it not right because I definitely all boom all the way from the yeah, I was cut up pretty bad. But then just basically to me, it's just a learning curve. So I gotta learn how to use these. What I like most about them though is the handles, these rubber grips. Like rubber grip right here with the logo. but when you hold it, it's like a good hold. Even though I don't cut hair for other people, even when I'm holding it like this, my finger got the little indent spot. You know what I'm saying? I can go ahead and hit my own real quick. Got the two charger ports, your old school. You got that cable, but most people now use the USB-C. Charger pretty fast. Press the two buttons in, you're gonna get your percentage down there. Then it got two speeds. I'll show you the two speeds real quick so you can kind of hear with the one speed on. And this so now initially not so after I tried to zero gap it, after I tried to zero gap it, I also had it on high. So like I said, I'm not a barber. This is all new to me, all a learning experience. That's why I'm doing this video so y'all can learn from me and not mess up your head like I did. Well, not mess up your head because it goes away. It ain't like it's gonna be a permanent mark, but you don't have to go through that experience by not being a barber and not understanding how sharp these clippers really are. How sharp and great this blade really is. The Babyliss Pro blade really is sharp. Whether you zero gap it or not, it's sharp. Way sharper than the Andis. So just know and take it from your boy. I'm not gonna lie to you, they definitely sharp. Let's go ahead and see what these levels are. So this is the regular level, and then let's see if we can get it. You see how I kind of pipe up a little bit, then put the level on. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the level one. They kind of still got a nice little vibration to them on level one. Ain't no point in going to level two unless you're just trying to get like a big buck or hair out or something like that. You need the extra power, but just straight lining up and all that kind of good stuff, you should need level two. Also, you got they call that like the hair retainer or something like that, that you, for the most part, the hair drop down. Go ahead and open it up, brush it out, magnetic, stick back up there. Your screws right there. Take that off. Your screws right there is how you would adjust your guard. And then these two screws is basically how you would replace your guard. And they definitely got replaceables. You can put the gold guard, the gold blade on this that's from the FX1 clipper. So they are like interchangeable and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people like this because of the extra space you got being able to see. And they really good on the head if you know how to use them right. They really good. They not like got a hard press or anything like that. Let me just, you see, I don't really got no hair on my face, but you can see I don't got no hair on my face. And let's see if you can hear the cracks even. Like you can see, like I ain't got no hair. You can still hear that it's cutting like that's and still cutting something. Like it's like those beard thingies. That's how these feel. Like you can get really low with this right here, and it's yeah. Um, but I can show y'all how sharp they are for sure. I told you I was gonna show y'all my hairline. Gotta keep the hat on, but you see how I cut me real good right there. But it was going all the way around, all the way down right here. I even messed myself up right there, trying to really not paying attention to what I was doing. All the way down, all the way around. That shit had me all the way cut. But this is me just basically playing with it, trying to get used to the blade and trying to see if I can get it cut the right way and all that kind of good stuff. I ain't did nothing else since I cut my hair. Going light right there. But for this little light spot right there, I'm using that basking leather. Before I got the blade and all that kind of stuff, cut my hair, it was actually looking like it was growing. So we're gonna let this chill out for a second, let it grow back, and see what the basking leather get me back right. And then this little part right here, this shit should go back about a couple weeks. I ain't worried about that. Cut it down a little bit, I get it back right. Pretty good with the clippers for sure. So from me to you guys, when you get these, if you get these, if you get any of the Babyliss joints or any of the top brands, you got to make sure you are careful. They call hitters, just boom, and boom, hit that shit, boom, hit that, boom, boom. And you got to press down. You ain't got to do none of that crazy stuff with these for sure. These are great clippers, especially to be wireless. They fire. I like them. Definitely. Hopefully they can last a long time. What I don't like though is that it don't got a removable battery. So without having a removable battery, I heard it's hard to kind of take apart with the rubber part right here. popping that off, and then it might not go back into the same place. Once you get all that off, though, it's actually not bad because the battery just sits right up in there against the motor. I think the battery is soldered onto the motherboard, so I'm not even sure you can replace the battery on these. That is the downside because these clippers not cheap. They, I think, without the sale, it was like $230 for some trimmers. But of course, I caught them on the Black Friday sale. You already know Black Friday, baby. And in the box, it came with your charger for sure, USB-C, and it came with the brick. Clippers coming with the bricks and the phone, though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Came with your, of course, your oil and brush. Even though I got my own oil at home, but nothing wrong with having your Babyliss Pro oil. And I'm nowhere near sponsored by these guys. And then I just like the clippers. I want to let y'all know what my mistake was, so y'all don't make the same mistake and cut y'all own hair up, even though it grows back. But then you got your Babyliss keychain, screwdriver. So if you ever want to change your thing, your clippers. And this is a pretty cool tool, man. The blade adjuster helps you adjust the blade. Stick it up on there. Stick it on your blade like so. And then adjust the screws at the bottom right there. You loosen them, don't take them out. What I did was press the blade. Once I got it loose, I pressed it all the way down, so it can just be away from the top. And then I went press this all the way up to press the blade all the way back up, and it's even across. And then I went down on the table and up a little bit to get it on the angle, so it's not straight up, but it still got the angle. So you still got it's almost zero gap, but it's not. It is zero gap, but it's got a little bit of space in between, just a little bit, maybe like centimeter or less. So definitely, definitely be careful. And then I be seeing TikTok. Oh, you do got a replacement bracket too. So if that one bracket that holds the holster blade break, you got a replacement. And I do be seeing those clippers on TikTok and all that kind of good stuff, having me curious, like, do you got to spend $230 to get some good clippers, or can y'all spend with a 35 on Amazon for those trimmers that everybody see you on TikTok? Well, if you don't see them, you just type in some trimmers. I think start with the HEIME or some stuff like that. The 2293 version or something like that. They look nice. I'll probably get those just to do a review on those too, to kind of, this one versus this, expensive versus not expensive in a sense, or something like that. But all the reviews say they pretty good. You probably would have to adjust those too. But these are a go for sure. I know these, I think they just came out earlier this year or last year. And I know a lot of people was up on their goals, the Babyliss Gold joints. But these right here, the way they got the handles, the way they got the indentation right there. Only thing is too, got the reverse blade. So the blade normally is turned around like this. So your blade normally is facing the power button, but you see power button on mine's, the blade is flipped. And it's basically so when you setting it down like that, you can just pick it up, start back working. I guess that's what they were trying to do with it. It don't matter to me. Only thing is when you do cut, you just got to be careful your hand don't accidentally touch the power button. It's not gonna make a big deal because it's cutting it off or whatever. So that is the thing you can do, is accidentally hit the power button. But overall, good, good, great clipper. I don't have the wireless charger for it. I was thinking about getting it, but I mean, I really don't need it at this point. So I'm not a barber, so I don't have it just sitting out all the time and being able to sit on a wireless tray and all that kind of good stuff. Even for the clippers, I want to get the the T, the teapot, the T something, the white clippers, whatever. I don't even know if I'm gonna get those because the charger stand is the charger is a stand. I'd rather just have a plug. I can plug it up and sit somewhere. I don't know about the stand, but we're gonna see. I like the clippers. They're not as loud, so we're gonna see though. But the trimmers are a go. Babyliss Pro times Tomb45 collab is a go. I'm not a barber, nowhere near a barber. This is a warning to all my non-barber people who get expensive clippers. Be careful. They are extremely sharp, especially if you try to zero gap and don't know what you're doing. Take it from your boy and my and my sores and all that kind of good stuff. It was worse than this. I had to use the little ointment stuff to get it going, but yeah, very sharp. But we got more reviews on the way, more fire shoes, more fire gear, because we all about to be fresh out here for Christmas. Christmas coming up, so you got to make sure you got your fit for Christmas. Definitely. To the next video. I'm out. Let me know what y'all think about these. If y'all got them, or if y'all compared it to another version or another brand, let me know down in the comments what y'all think. If y'all get them, or what y'all buy them, or y'all don't need this to basically do a line-up job, especially on yourself. But y'all let me know what y'all think. To the next video, I'm out. Holla at your boy. Peace.